And for more on today's hearing, I'm joined now by former Republican Senator Richard Lugar, whose service for more than 3 decades included chairing the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. Senator, thank you so much for joining us and for your patience.
Thank you.
If you were still in the Senate, which way would you vote?
Well, I will support the president simply because I believe Americans have to stand together at this point. And furthermore, I would support him because I believe that the chemical weapons that have been used do break the norm of international relations. Some will say not international law, but international norm. The point that I'm making is that American security is much more dependent upon containment of chemical and biological weapons, quite apart from the nuclear weapons, than from any particular state or any group of states. The terrorists that might use the chemical weapons in particular are a great threat, and therefore when we say that we are not going to allow the use of chemical weapons in this world, we need to mean it.
Now, the administration says that these strikes, if they are carried out, are going to be about degrading the capability of the Assad regime. Is that enough? Isn't that too limited?
Well, my view is that I don't know whether the Assad regime will be degraded or not. The point is we are responding to the use of chemical weapons in this world. Now, albeit this was on Syrians, and the case for the civil war in Syria could be argued many ways as to what the outcome may be. What should not be argued, however, is the toleration of the use of chemical weapons at this point.
But Americans are so weary of war. 100,000 Syrians have already died. Why does it make a difference that they're chemical weapons? That's what I'm hearing from ordinary Americans.
Well, ordinary Americans, I think, will be informed by the debate that's occurring. And I congratulate the leadership of the Congress on calling back today the Senate Foreign Relations Committee for a very vital debate and hearing. They'll have another one tomorrow, as I understand, behind closed doors. Likewise, the House of Representatives will hear from Secretaries Kerry and Hagel. We're all going to be hearing about this. The fact that we have been preoccupied, and I understand this, with jobs, with the economy, with deficits and whatever, doesn't mean that the dangers to our country are any less from weapons of mass destruction. And therefore, we're reminded of this. And this debate is a healthy debate.
Do you worry that your own party, though, is split between hawks and isolationists?
Well, I'm not certain what my party is going to do. I would hope that members that are taking part in these hearings are listening carefully, are learning a great deal more about not only the intelligence, but about weapons of mass destruction, are thinking clearly about what Americans anticipate in terms of their government standing up strong together. This is the power of our diplomacy, and it's something that should not be denied.
Is the president going to win this vote, do you think?
Yes, I believe he will. I think you just heard from Senator Coons that there may be modifications in the resolution. It may be more clearly, carefully drawn. But this means the senators and members of the House are taking their responsibilities seriously. And they're having a good debate, a good hearing. They're looking forward to each word. But at the end of the day, I believe a majority will be with the president.
Do you worry, though, that America could be just dragged into a complete quagmire if it goes ahead with this action?
No, I don't believe that's the case. I think it's very clearly defined what we're planning to do. The military commanders out there in the Mediterranean, I'm certain, know. But very clearly, we're going to be firing Tomahawk missiles at various installations in Syria to make a point.
Senator Lugar, thank you so much for joining us.